Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher, and we are back with a new session for DILR. Now, in the previous session we have done arrangement one, and this is the second session of arrangement. So what we are going to do, we are going to pick a couple of sets of arrangement, and we are going to solve. And this series is exclusively for CAT preparation. So now let's start. Okay, so we have first set. Now that is the first set. What does it say? It says four houses, blue, green, red, yellow, are located in a row in the given order. Now the important part is in the given order. In most of the questions, the order is not defined, so they can be anywhere in random. But in this particular question, the order is defined. So basically, there are four houses. First house is blue, then green, then red, then yellow. Okay. Each of the houses are occupied by a person earning a fixed amount of a salary. Okay. So there is a guy who's earning certain amount. Okay. And there are four people. Okay. So basically, what we got the color of the house, we got the salary amount, right? And we got one more thing, and that is the name of the people. So overall, we are talking about three different parameters: name, color of house, as well as the salary that they are earning. Okay. Now, apart from after that, there are some instructions given, and then the number of instructions are actually a lot. There are 9 instructions. So basically, what we are going to do, we are going to read the questions first, that we always do. So there are 3 questions based on this. Who lives in red house? That is first question. Which house is occupied by the person who's earning highest salary? Now, what is the highest salary? I don't know. Now, what is the salary earned by the person living in the greenhouse? Okay. Now, all four values are given in the options. So options are definitely not going to help us because there are four people, there are four salaries and four colors, and every question has all the things. So what we are going to do, we have to solve this completely. We have to make the arrangement completely. So what I'm going to do, I am simply going to start drawing a line. So there are four houses. Now, which are four houses? We got blue, we got green, then what did we get? We got red, and then what did we get? We got yellow. So there are four houses, and these are the colors, and in this order itself they are given. Okay. Now I have this question says Paul lives between Som and Krishna. So I got Som, Paul, or Krishna. Now these three are going to be like this, or alternate arrangement can be K, P, and S. So I have two possible things. One is going to be this arrangement, second is going to be this arrangement on the basis of the first statement only. So I am reading the first statement, I'm not reading anything else. So I can have either this or I can have either this. So I can have 1, 2, 3, or I can have 1, 2, 3. So it means I can conclude Paul can live either in the greenhouse or in red house. No other house is possible for Paul. Okay. Now it says Lakshman does not stay in blue house. Means you can't have Lakshman over here. Okay. So it means if I put S, P, K, then Lakshman has to be in this. So basically that arrangement that we have assumed is false. So it means Lakshman cannot be here. So basically the only possible conclusion that is left out for Lakshman is this. That is Lakshman must stay in yellow house, and I am going to get Som or Krishna over here, Paul over here, Krishna or Som over here. So basically, this is the arrangement I got so far, and I have placed 2 people. And for remaining 2 people, I'm not very sure. Okay. Now, what are the salaries? Okay, the living in the red house earn more than the blue and something like this. So I'm going to write down the salaries. One salary is what? 80,000. Let's call it 80K. One salary is what? 100K, 110. So basically this is 110K, and this person is not Lakshman. Okay. So basically I got this. The difference between salary is this 30,000. Okay, so I don't care much. The Krishna, so basically I got two salaries, 30,000 and 50,000. Okay, so I got name of four people, I got four colors, I got four salaries. Okay. Good evening, Bhavani. How are you? How you doing? Now let's read this one. Okay, the person living in red house earn more than person living in blue. So it means red, this should be higher. It means this definitely cannot be 30K. This is higher than blue. So I would say red, the person who is living in red must be earning more than blue. Okay, now which values I'm going to put up, I don't know. So I have used this statement completely. I have used this statement completely. I've used this statement completely. That's it. Now let's move to the next one. Salary of Som is more than Paul. Okay. So salary of Som is more than Paul. This is what I know. But lesser than Krishna. Okay. So lesser than Krishna. Okay. Now this statement is going to help us a lot. And why so? Okay. Now let me see this. In this blue house, either Som or Krishna is going to be there. In the red house, either Krishna or Som is going to be there. I know red house guy earn more than the blue house guy, and Krishna earns more than Som. It means I can directly conclude that this is going to be Som and this is going to be Krishna. So this is the arrangement I got so far. Okay. And so basically from here, I can conclude Krishna cannot be lowest, Som cannot be lowest, Paul can be lowest, but we'll see to that later on. Okay. So this statement we have used completely. The person earning 110,000 is not Lakshman. Okay, so Lakshman is not earning 110,000. Now salary difference between Lakshman and Som is 30,000. Okay, so now what are the values we got? Okay, so I got Krishna. Krishna is earning then Som. Som is earning more than Paul. Okay. Now, the house in which Krishna lives located a house between the people earning 30,000 and 50,000. Okay. So Krishna is living in a house and it is surrounded by two people. That is, one is going to be P, another one is going to be this. Okay. The house in which Krishna lives is located between the person's earning 30,000 and 50,000. Okay. So if Lakshman is earning 30,000, then so must be earning 60,000, right? Because the difference between Lakshman and Som is 30,000. So that's not possible because 60,000 is not even a salary for anyone. It means 30,000 is earned by Paul, then 50,000 is earned by Lakshman, 80,000 is earned by Som, and 110,000 is earned by Krishna. So I got everything. Krishna does not live in yellow house. I don't care. The person who's living in the yellow house is not earning the lowest salary. So yellow house Lakshman is definitely not earning 30,000 that we have already concluded. So the last statement that we are talking about is not even needed. So I hope I am clear in this, whatever we are solving, yes or no. So if you have any doubt, kindly do ask so that I can clear the doubts then and there only. So I hope I'm clear. Yes, no. Till now, what did I get? I got the colors, I got the names, and I got the salaries and everything in check. I got everything, whatever was needed. So clear? Okay, so let's move on. Who lives in red house that we have solved long back? That is definitely Krishna. Who's earning the highest? That is Krishna, right? highest salary is Krishna. Krishna is red, right? The what is the salary earned by the person who's living in greenhouse? That is Paul. And how much Paul is earning? That is 30,000. So answer of this question is going to be option 1. That is 30,000. Have we got the answers? Yes. And all the answers that we are talking about are correct. So this is how, if I want to solve these kind of sets, so definitely just look at the data, arrange and read very carefully. Now I would say this was comparatively easier set. Now let's start with the next one. Okay, so let's start set 2. Now what does set 2 says? So basically it says there are 21 participants. There are 4 continents: Africa, America, Australia, and Europe. I don't like these kind of questions because every name is starting with the same alphabet. Now that causes a lot of trouble for me. Uh, attended a United Nations conference. Each participant was an expert in 4 fields. So basically, we are talking about labor, health, population studies, and refugee location. Okay, and there are 5 facts. Okay, so all those things are given. So uh, now, okay, so what kind of questions did we get? Okay, which of the following two combinations? Which of the following combinations are not possible? Okay, so basically there is too much information. So let me sort this out. So let me first make the table and then we will solve it. So I am going to start with this. I got Africa, then I got America, then I got Australia, then I got Europe, and let's say total. So these are 4 continents that we are talking about. Now let's start with the which one? The fields. One is labor, second is health, third one is population studies, next one is refugee location, relocation. Okay, so all these things we got. Okay, and it says the total number of people that we are talking about this. So basically, the first row talks about what is the total number of people in labor. Second row talks about what is the total number of people in health. Third one talks about what is the total number of people in population studies. Fourth one is this refugee relocation, and this sum tells us what is the number of people in Africa. Okay, so now let's start. The number of labor experts in the camp was exactly half the number of experts in each of the 3 categories. So let's say labor is A, then every number should be 2A, right? Because this number is half of every other number. So what is the total sum we are talking about? That is 7A. 7A is equal to 21. So A comes out to be 3. So this is going to be 3. This is 6. This is 6. This is 6. Okay. Africa did not send any labor expert. Okay, so this value will be 0. Otherwise, every continent, including Africa, sent at least 1 expert in each category. It means all the remaining numbers should have at least 1 value. No other number in the table can be 0. That's what second statement means. So now I have read this statement, not going to use it again. So I'm simply crossing it. Second statement, the same thing, not going to read it again. None of the continents sent more than 3 experts. Okay. So they can send 1, they can send 2, they can send 3. So basically 1, 2, 3 is fine, but 4 is not. So any number that I'm going to put in is going to be either 1, 2, 3, not more than that. Okay. Not going to use it again. If there has been 1 less Australian expert, then the Americas would have sent twice as many experts in the other continents. Okay, we'll come to this statement again. Mike and Alfonso are leading expert in the population studies who attended the conference, and they were from Australia. So basically, population studies, Australia is sending to people. This is what we have so far. Now, I'm going to start concluding. So this is not I'm going to use anymore. Now, this is the only statement that is left out. We'll read it again. Now, basically, this is 3, and no number can be 0. It means this should be 1, this should be 1, this should be 1. Okay. Now, in Australia, what is the minimum sum possible? So this is 1. So in Europe, now let me work on this. In Europe, what is the minimum value that is possible? 1, 1, 1, 1. So minimum 4 number of people in Europe are going to be there. Minimum 1, 2, 3. 3 people are going to be in the Africa. Minimum 1, 1, that is 2, 2 to 4 plus 1, 5. Minimum 5 people are going to be in Australia. This is what it says. Okay. Now, I am going to come to this question statement. Before coming to that statement, I got this 6. In health, we got 6. Now 6 is divided into 4 countries. Now how can I write 6? It can be either 3, 1, 1, 1, or it can be 2, 2, 1, 1. Is there any other arrangement to break 6 into 4 numbers? They are non-zero? No. So one possibility can be 3 and 3 times 1. And second possibility can be 2 times 2 and 2 times 1. So in this population studies, the only arrangement I got is 2, 2, 1, 1. And in refugee relocation or health, it can be 3, 1, 1, 1, or this, anything is possible. Okay. If there has been one less Australian expert, okay. So what I am going to say, that one less Australian expert, so I am going to start with this. So 5. If there would have been one less, so the question is saying if there are 4 people in Australia, then America would be double of it. So America will be 8, and America is double of each other continent. It means there should be 4. There should be 4. So basically 5 plus 4, 5 plus 8, 13, 13 plus 4 is 17, 17 and 4 is 21. And this is what we need, that is 21. So basically the assumption that I have taken of minimum value is right. So this should be 5, this should be 8, this should be 4, and this should be 4. So if this is 5, this should be 1, this should be 1, this should be 1, this should be 1, this should be 1. Okay. Now, in this, in Africa, I need to fill 2, 1, 1. I don't know how. This is 1, so it can be 3, 2, 2 or 3, 3, 1. So in America, out of 8, 1 is already here. So remaining summation of 3 numbers should be 7. So that can be either 3, 3, 1 or 3, 2, 2. And that's the only thing I can figure out. So in this set, so far, I know everything about labor. I know everything about Australia. I know everything about Europe. I have no idea about America in 3 places. I have no idea about Africa in 3 places. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to spend time on reading again multiple times. I'm going to just read the question. Okay. Which of the following combination is not possible? Okay. And one more thing I can conclude. It can be, if this is 2, so the only possible arrangement here is going to be 2, 2, 1, 1. 3 cannot be here as well as 3 cannot be here. So it means I can also conclude that Australia definitely does not have 3 in population studies. This is what I can be very, very sure of. So this is what I can conclude from the information that is given. Now let's read. 2 experts in population studies in Americas, yes, that is possible, and we are looking for not possible. So this is not the answer. And 2 health experts and from Australia attended the conference. Okay, that is also possible, right? 2 experts, so I don't know, I will check later on. 2 experts in population studies from America and 1 health expert From Africa. Okay, I think that will also be possible. Um, Population studies, maybe true. I don't know. Now, three experts in refugee relocation from Americas and one health from, okay, I don't know, maybe true. Africa and America each send one expert in population studies. This is definitely false. And why I'm saying that? In population studies, if both of them are sending one, so basically if this is one and this is also one, then sum is definitely not going to be six, sum is going to be five. So that statement is definitely false. So which answer we are looking for? We are looking for option 4. Clear? Now let's start the next one. If Ramos is the lone expert in population studies, which of the following is not true? So basically, Ramos is one guy from population. So this is one. Let's circle it because this is question specific information. So this must be two, and this must be one. This must be one. This must be three, and this also must be three. That's the whole table we are talking about because we need to match up every sum. Okay. There is one expert in health from Africa. Yes, that is true. There is one expert in refugee relocation from Africa. Yes, that is true. There are two experts from health in from America. No, that is not true. So that is definitely going to be false. This is what I can be sure about. That this is definitely false. This is not even possible. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Alex, an American expert in refugee relocation, was the first keynote speaker. Okay. So in refugee relocation, there is at least one guy that I know. Okay. What can be inferred about the number of experts in refugee relocation uh, in the conference, excluding Alex? Okay. So in refugee relocation, I already figured out one point that there can be three people from America. So it means at most two, one plus two, that is possible. That maximum of two people can be there, right? So we have over maximum of three people. So one is Alex and maximum two more is possible. So at most two is possible. So second statement is true. Now let's look at the first one. At least one. So basically we already figured out that this value is going to be what? Can I make a case where the value is 2? So value can be 2. Can it be 1 at least? So can it be 0? 0 is not possible. Can it be 1? In refugee relocation, if this is 1, then this should be 3 and this should be 3. And that's not a possible arrangement, and it means in refugee relocation we cannot have one people, so there should be at least two. So at least two means I need to have at least 1 plus 1. It means there is going to be at least one more people apart from Alex, so at least 1 is true, at least at most 2 is true. So answer is going to be option 3, that is both of them are true. Now the next one, which of the following numbers cannot be determined from the information given? Number of labor experts, we have all the information about labor expert. Yes, so basically this is what we can determine. We are looking for cannot be. Health experts in Europe, we can determine everything in Europe, so not possible. Number of health experts from Australia, we can calculate everything from Australia, so that is also cannot that is also false. And this one, so basically refugee relocation about Africa and America is something that cannot be determined. So answer of this question is going to be option 4. Whether we got the answers right? 4 3 3 4. Yes. So basically this is I won't see that as a difficult set, but if I'm going to get such kind of sets in the exam, more likely I am going to leave this set uh, for later on, because the set is not difficult. But if you are going to read the questions if the question itself looks like a reading comprehension passage. So the chances of getting error in such kind of questions is very very high. So should I attempt this question? Perhaps when I in the exam, when I have nothing else to do, I will definitely get to this set. But until unless I am reading this, it looks quite easy. But as soon as you switch to questions, you are going to realize, no, 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 it's not that. It's easy, but perhaps I don't want to solve it, because there is too many words that are written in front of me and I have to conclude everything, and every question is talking about not possible, not possible, cannot be determined. So that is going to be a lot confusing. That's what I would say. Now, with this, let me conclude this session, and just we are going to start CAT 26 raise to 99. First week is already done for raise to 99, the introduction session, the planning scenarios. We have already completed the verbal part of it. Now, on Saturday, Sunday, we are going to do the quantitative aptitude as well as DILR. So join with us on weekend, that is from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and we will be doing the strategy, how to approach DILR, how to approach QA, and that is going to help you a lot. And with this, thank you. If you have any doubt for me, kindly do let me know.